Yo, welcome to today's episode on Open Minded Podcast. So, if you are new to this channel, Open Minded Podcast is technically me bringing topics from social media, rural news, whatever topic that I feel that fits and needs to have some balance. That's what an open mind is to create balance. Is to not always look at one side of the story or the situation. Open-minded Mike, I am going to kind of elaborate with a non-biased opinion about whatever it is. Today's episode, prime example, I want to talk about, well, first off, we in Black History Month, right? And there's a lot of, uproar in the Black small business community. And I get it. I told this, like I say, this podcast is just, again, for exactly what I said. It's for everybody to just be open-minded. It's not to insult, it's not to disagree, it's not to agree with one side, and most importantly, it's not for me to sit and not even understand the Black community at all. I will always understand the Black community. I'm a Black woman, I have Black males in my family, let's say no more. But this one particular thing I want to go ahead and dive into. Because we're in Black History Month, Bath and Body Works decided to do a Black History Month, I'm not going to say a campaign, we're going to say a design. They decide, well, I guess you could say this the campaign. So they decided to do a Black History campaign. They Black History campaign consists of certain candles, a selection of candles, and I'm assuming, because I'm not a customer, FYI, have nothing against it, just not a customer. And I'm assuming like household fragrances or whatnot. So, once they released that, a particular group of individuals that are Black did not agree with it at all. It went into, oh my God, how y'all going to use those designs? The typical Black person do not use those designs. Oh my God, this is what y'all going to do. Y'all sit up and don't have nobody Black on the team and blah, 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 blah. Make a long story short, well, actually they did have Black designers to help them with this new print that they have. So the prints on these Black History designs is basically like African tribal print that Africans will use, but Black Americans do not use, if that makes sense. So you have two total different group of Black people, but everybody know when you think of Black History Month, you actually think of Africa. And this is just my opinion again. That's what I truly believe that Black History did. They really was trying to like go back into like the whole roots of everything. Okay, they may had a little hiccup where they may not had the proper training or knowledge or prints or the creator or whatnot. The reality is there are a lot of us Blacks that in reality don't know the in-depth to our history. Let's just go ahead and call a spade what it is. We know what we see. We know what has been presented to us throughout textbooks, throughout school, even us that went to college. There are people that I have friends that are HBCU graduates, and guess what? As an HBCU graduate, there's a lot of things that they don't know. So it's one of them things that when it comes to our history, it boils down to us individually learning the history. So remember that, right? So what bothered me is they really was just like, oh my God, Bath and Body Works. Just all this negativity around Bath and Body Works as in that they are wrong for what they doing. Well, let me open your mind and just show you what a business do. One, Bath and Body Works is a business. They are in the business to make money, just like the rest of us that's in business. That's one. Secondly, as a business owner, you do have an obligation to be social responsible. So what that means is that you have to basically, how can I explain this? You have to basically understand your customer, their culture, and you have to be somewhat open-minded and sensitive to it. With Bath and Body Works having a predominant African American customer clientele base, They have no choice but to acknowledge Black history for their customers, because this is you guys' culture. It may be not to the way you would celebrate it, but us as a company, a non-Black company at that, this is how we're going to approach it. We are going to go and create these extra prints for you guys. We're going to go hire people to help us to outsource to handle this. The Black community is not satisfied with that. And I'm not understanding why. Are we really upset that our Black people are the ones that made Bath and Body Works what they are to this day? Or are we mad at the history of why we are so far behind? There's a possibility, if we have been treated fairly and equally, we wouldn't have a Bath and Body Works to be where they at right now. There's a big possibility someone Black that could have done that. The Bath and Body Works customer, respectfully, that's what makes them happy. They are true, dedicated fans to Bath and Body Works. And their customer is Black women. And I don't understand, why do we attack the customers, the consumers that shop at Bath and Body Works, but also the company as well too. They are here to service their market, which just happen to be Black women. It doesn't matter that the print may not be aligned to what us Black Americans think. And the reason why I say Black Americans is because I truly believe when you're talking about Black history, I assume that when they decided to create these labels, they really was trying to go deep into the history. And when they wanted to go deep into the history, they wanted to take it back to the whole tribal stage, which in reality is really not Black history. That is a culture in Africa that does that. Black Americans, we do not wear those designs or even buy those designs in our home for decor. And that's not to say that we against it. We are just Black Americans. So that's the only little hiccup that I see, but to me, it's still not a big issue or a big deal for the uproar to have went that it went. My thing with the Black community, at some point, we're going to have to learn how to accept things for the way they are. We're going to have to learn how to take that energy and decide to create our own. There are a lot of amazing small Black candle holders. There are many that I've supported, and I am truly 120% over the moon happy with them. Now, you cannot compare their journey to a Bath and Body Works that have been in business for how many decades? You cannot compare that. And because you cannot do that, you also cannot put down Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works is doing exactly what they supposed to do. And that is to service their target audience. That is to be social responsible. That is also, most importantly, to make a profit. Real simple. In the Black community, and I'm not talking about all, I'm talking about a handful of us, we have to learn how to sometimes mind our business. Real simple. Everything is not always about us, and everything is not always against us. Now, I do understand why we feel that way. The reason being is because it goes all the way back to what happened 400 years ago. All that pain and suffering is just trickling down to every generation after generation after generation. Not to mention, let's also go ahead and be honest. We cannot, well, first off, you would never completely fully heal over something that lasted for so long and that was so traumatic. Let's just go ahead and be honest with that. So, what happened to us, our ancestors in slavery? Us, my daughter who's 17, there would never be no healing. As long as the human race exists, black people would never fully heal from what happened, which is why we're going to always be on the defense with things. I get it. But we also have to learn when sometimes when people on our side understanding us, they could never be us. They could never walk in the shoes. But they can also try to help. I think it's cool that Bath and Body Works decided to actually say, hey, this is what we're going to do. It's not a right or a wrong. Let's go back to now just being human. It was the thought that went into it. It's also the point that I service all these people, but because I know this is important to you, it's important to me. It could be bullshit. It could be a marketing strategy. All that. But at the end of the day, they really didn't have to. Me, I'm a black woman. I'm not creating a special group for fucking Black History Month. What I am going to do on my platform is expose my audience to today's black brands that I love and supported, and I want to introduce them to. Now, you may be sitting up wondering, like, okay, let me explain that to you. First off, everybody know the fucking history, period. Because of what they did, overcame, and fought for, which is why a lot of us small businesses exist today. It's the reason why a lot of us are living the dream that we have. It's because of that past that made today's present available for us. Is it a still struggle? Fuck yeah. Are we still getting cheated? Fuck yeah. But at the end of the day, we still have it better than what they had 400 years ago. So sometimes let's just look at what has been done. Is it a whole lot more that needs to be done? Absolutely. But we cannot think that far right now because we're here in the fucking presence. Here is in the presence is where we try to help what they did when they was in the presence to make tomorrow better. And I keep trying to get everybody, when we talk about history, to understand that everything that they did was for today. They knew shit takes time. It wasn't going to be for their yesterday or their today. It's for our today, a whole new generation. So everything that we are doing is for the next couple generations that's going to have a total different experience than us. But guess what? That pain of racism is going to always haunt us. It's going to always be here as long as the human race is here, no matter what. We have to learn how to channel that. We have to learn how to, unfortunately, accept this is our world. And some may say, what? And it's a fucked up thing to say. This is just my nose ring. So, hey, I'm coming open. I'm not finna do no edits or anything like that. I'm going to give it to y'all to the full. I'm also new at this. And I've been prolonging it because I'm like, oh my God, it got to be perfect. No. I decided to say, fuck that. I'm going to go and work as I learn. That's how you get better at things. Like I say, because time is of the essence, and I want to keep every video pretty much under 15 minutes. I don't want to go too long, but like I say, at the end of the day, with the black community, we have to learn how to give some people a break. Again, everything is not meant to attack us. Everything is not meant to target us. Some things, my thing is, why don't, instead of us going against them, because what many don't know is they did have a whole black, marketing team that did do help them with that. But why don't we figure out how can we get our black candle brands into their store? Maybe only just that one time, but then that may be hard because then that's like a conflict of interest. You have to look at the different price points and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's so much that only could be, to me, what they doing is good enough, because you can't, and now that I'm hearing myself out, you cannot really expect them to say, okay, how about we bring these black brands is kind of something like what Target did for Black History Month. Target sell a variety of shit. You understand what I'm saying? The price points are all varies, but when you're talking about a Bath and Body Works who primarily strictly focus on candles, and not to mention that's their number one seller, not to mention the candle's not even $30. The average small black business, you're going to pay $25 and up for a candle, and that's because they're a smaller company. They cannot, afford to produce massive orders to even bring it down. So it's a lot of dynamics that we have to look at. But anyway, so I just wanted to come on here and drop my opinion about the whole situation, and I would love to chat with y'all. So in the chats, in the comment section, tell me your thoughts. Am I bugging? Are you understanding where I'm coming from? Let me know, okay? So continue to just operate positive, to my black people that's listening to this. Sometimes let's just think outside of ourselves, our pain, and our situation. Let's kind of just look at certain things with a more open mind for a better understanding. So, again, my name is Natasha. Thank you for listening to the Open Mindset Mike podcast. We truly, truly appreciate it, and we hope that y'all continue. So hit the subscribe and follow, and again, drop me a comment. I would love to hear your perspective. I'm not always right, but I ain't always wrong either, so I would love to chit chat with y'all. See y'all next week. Bye.